Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nitya Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda 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 Paramashivoham. Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithya Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om 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 Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Nithyanandam Paramasukadam Kevalam Jnanamur Dvandvatitam Gagana Sadrusham Tattvamasyadilakshakshi Bhutam Bhavatitam Trigunarahitam Sadgurum Tam Nama. Facebook and many other social media platforms, I welcome all of you for today's Parashakti Akash readings, where we are celebrating the Navaratri festival. So what will you learn today? You will be learning about Navaratri, the celebration of the divine feminine consciousness. You will be learning why the divine energy, Devi Parashakti, has incarnated again in modern age. And you will be learning about Devi Parashakti and the supreme point of Hinduism, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, who has come down as the incarnation of Devi Parashakti, and how you need to prepare yourself to experience his space inside you. And as the cosmic feminine consciousness, Parashakti, liberates you, bestowing her supreme knowledge, she bestows her completion through worship, and Devi Parashakti is worshipped by all the gods and the goddesses of Kailasa. Kailasa requests her divine presence to bestow upon you. And through her exercises sincerely, with delayed gratification, with the space is the best receptor. And the ideologies that you carry in the Manomaya Kosha, the mind sheet, and the Vijnanamaya Kosha, the intellect sheet, are too important for this experience. Thus, each segment is designed to work on each kosha, recommended that you attend the complete program for the best experience. And now, with that, we will move to the next segment of this program, where all of us will be seeing a live demonstration of the extraordinary Shaktis, the divine powers. So today, the Balasins, the Nithyananda Yogis, the initiated disciples of the supreme point of Hinduism, will be manifesting and demonstrating the powers of third eye awakening and sharing with all of you the experiences and results of the extraordinary manifestation awakened in us through the Diksha, the initiation, the third eye awakening, and various other powers, the blessings and grace of the supreme point of Hinduism, body scanning, remote vision, levitation. Some of you might be wondering where exactly third eye is located, how it works. So the third eye is the cosmic browsing center located and see through the third eye just as you would eyes. Now let us understand more about what are Shaktis, how exactly these Shaktis work, and how Vedagamas, the source scriptures of Hinduism, reveals in elaborate detail that every human being is hardwired to be able to manifest 463 plus extraordinary Shaktis, the divine powers. And manifesting powers are described as a system, a method, and a science for human beings to explore the various possibilities and powers and have access to various states of consciousness. And the Shaktis from the fundamental cognition that you are a divine and you need to manifest the divine terms these as a very common term used for any type of external manifestation. And you might be wondering that Shaktis and Siddhis are the same, but Shaktis and Siddhis are actually not the same. They are divine, Guru, and are a source of enlightenment, whereas Siddhis are powers that manifest from tapas or penance for enlightenment and are on the path of enlightenment. And the Shaktis of Paramashiva manifest through ordinary human beings, and the source of all these Shaktis, Paramashiva, the divinity in Hinduism, the ultimate reality and cause. And as the ways of Avyakta, the unmanifest, and the Yakta, the manifest existence, he performs the acts of Shrishti, which is Graha, which is liberating grace for all living entities. And the supreme point of Hinduism, Jagat Guru Mahasannidhanam, his divine holiness, Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam, has come down as the 1008th incarnation of Paramashiva and representative of Paramashiva. Is the reviver of Kailasa, the ancient enlightened Hindu civilization nation, and the cosmic bodies in the sciences. And it was where the science of power manifestation, enlightenment, and many more spiritual sciences was lived and taught as a lifestyle, and for the first ever accomplished before. And all of this knowledge and the supreme point of Hinduism being recognized as was trained and taught into these sciences of Vedanta, Tantra, Sri Vidya, Yoga and yogic powers, Mantra Shastra, Siddha Vidya, science of Aushadha. So now let's see how we can awaken these divine Shaktis and as how can you manifest the supreme. Every ultimate truth, jnana, is wrapped into your consciousness, prajna, and manifests
transfer of spiritual energy by an enlightened being.
So now watch a short video on how the science of Diksha works.
Through look, word, or touch. The traditional Vedic book Navaratri states, Sarvasamapi dikshanam muktihi phalamakhanditam avirodhat bhavantyeva prasangyastu bhuktayah. The main benefit of all initiations is moksha, enlightenment. As a side effect, health, wealth, leadership, and Devi Diksha Vihinasya Na Siddhihi Na Cha Sadgatihi Tasmat Sarva Prayatnena Guruna Dikshito Bhavet. The one who is not initiated does not attain liberation nor a better future. So by all efforts, one should get initiated by Guru. What is the science of initiation? Neuroscience has proved that the process of initiation floods the brain with energy. This is the superconscious energy of Kundalini, our own highest inner potential energy. A powerful energy loop within the brain, which are non-mechanical parts turning into a superconductor of conscious energies that heal, empower, transform our lives, bliss and fulfillment. Initiation creates high awareness, visualization, awakening, healing experience, levitation, teleportation, materialization. Experience the power of initiation through a range of exclusive programs conducted Nithyananda.
Yes, so that was a wonderful video on how the science of Diksha works. So now, science of power manifestation is authenticated through Pramanas. So the first is the Shastra Pramana, which are the eternal, unchangeable truths revealed in the source scriptures, where the Vedic rishis and verified the sciences. And the next is the Atma Pramana, which is an account from the life of the Supreme Point of Hinduism, this millennium's avatar's personal experience of the power manifestation. And then the Pratyaksha Pramana, which is the empirical evidence from observation and scientific experimentation. So now let us see what exactly are the Vedas and Agamas. The Vedas are the ultimate superior authority for Hindus and are a pure science where the applied technologies sciences are expanded. And the Agamas, the Veda Agamas, are given the status of Shruti as their directly Pramana. So now let us get ready to witness a very unique and very exciting demonstration of the power of third eye after we go through the Pramanas for the first power for the powers. So we will be first witnessing the power of third eye, which is seeing with the eyes blindfolded. And the Shastra Pramana for this power comes from the Vijnana Bhairava Tantra. Kapalantarmanonyasya tishtannmilitalochanaha kramena manasodadyat lakshaye lakshyamuttamam. And the translation for this verse is, by fixing the mind on the inner space within the crown center and sitting stably without any movement, having the eyes closed in succession, by that stability of the mind in inner space through the power of the third eye, one directly sees the ultimate goal Lakshyam by having the vision beyond the sight that reveals any object or place, attaining the space of oneness. And the next is the Apta Pramana, the power of third eye. So Arjuna can behold Krishna's Vishwarupa Darshan, the vision of his cosmic form. And Bhagavan Krishna says to Arjuna, Natu mam shakyase drashtu kshusha divyam dadami te chakshuhu pashyame yogamaishwaram. So in this verse, Bhagavan Krishna says to Arjuna, but you cannot see my cosmic form with vision. Behold my cosmic opulence. So this comes from the 11th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, which contains the description of Bhagavan Krishna's cosmic form. And it is completely narrated by Arjuna as he sees Bhagavan Krishna through his third eye. And the next is the Atma Pramana, where
inside and outside broke.
Swami's own words, Swami shares. The first experience is that I was able to see everything around me. Above me, the whole 360 degree tended that as me. And the next is the Pratyaksha Pramana, which is empirical evidence from observation and scientific experimentation. And all of you here can see that study measures were done on the brainwaves Supreme Point of Hinduism himself using a PET scan, a positron emission tomography. And it was measured that when doing daily activities, there is high activity in the brain where the third eye is located. And when in deep samadhi state, only the third eye region is active, and almost 90% of the rest of the brain is at peace. And the next is the Sakshi Pramana, which are the experiences and results of the extraordinary manifestation happening in the initiated disciples of the Supreme Point of Hinduism. So this rare and sacred science of third eye awakening is being made available to humanity for enrichment and consciousness that surpass all the bounds of time, space, and matter. And the Supreme Point of Hinduism is gifting this pure and great science of third eye awakening, along with many other spiritual sciences, to the world through initiation. Anyone who has experienced these powers and who have actually witnessed and experienced these sciences and profound results in their Sakshi Pramana, the power of third eye. Yes, so now let us get into the live demonstration of this power. So here with me I have this eye band, which in front is a thick opaque plastic sheet, and in the back there's thick black sponge which will not alter around the eyes. And this eye band will be put on my eye by a volunteer. And once it is done, any of you watching us live on YouTube, you can put your comment section in the live YouTube comment section. And you can put anything that you would like me to read, and I will be reading it through the third eye. And so all of you can see the eye band, so they can have better sleep. So now this eye band will be put on my eyes by a volunteer, and all of you can see as it is being put on. It's little, it, can you see it? You can see I will be turning to my right, left, up, and down. So all of you can see that the eye band has been put. And now, and any of you watching us live, you can put your comments in the live YouTube comment section of Kailasa'S on the YouTube channel, and we will be reading the comments. It can be anything that you would like me to read, letters, words, sentences that I think I may not be able to read or pronounce. It can even be different languages. And you can also put random sequences of mixed things. Yes, so we'll be projecting the comments for all of you. So the first comment we have is from Nanda, and she has put, Ma, please may I ask in the next segment for as possible, and it has manifested many times through people. Today, readings. Today we will not be doing this power, but you can contact any of us, and we will surely be happy to assist you. And yes, anyone else also who would like to put in your comments, you can put your comments. It can be anything, a sequence of emojis, numbers, words, letters, anything. So here I have with me the Guaranteed Solutions book, where Swamiji gives guaranteed solutions for all problems. So let us now open a page. I will be opening a random page in front of all of you, and I will be reading the contents of the page. So now I'll be opening a random page, and let us see what Swamiji reveals to us. So now let us read this page. So this is page 228 and 229. Page starts with a continuation of the previous pages. The starting of that sentence. It says Tantra deals beautiful 1,000 years ago are found to be prevalent in biology today. In order to be complete, to be whole fix of our nature. So that is the first two, number 228. And now maybe I'll be reading a paragraph from, I'll be opening another random page. So all of you can see the book. And now I'll be opening another random page in front of all of you. Yes. So now I've opened another random page. Now let us read this page. This is page numbers 428 and 429. And it is the beginning of another chapter. So it says, the next chakra, black box. In Sanskrit, Agnya means will. The Agnya chakra is known as the master chakra. This chakra is locked by seriousness and ego, and it can be made to flower by innocence, simplicity, and intelligence, and by Zoroastrian meditation technique. The Agnya chakra is known as the chakra Raj of all the chakras. This is such a significant chakra that there is no religion that has not worked on activating it. When the Agnya chakra opens, the whole being enters into a different realm. The whole layer of faculties opens up. That is why all of you can see this page. And yes, if any of you would like to post your comments, you can post your comments. And we will also be having the power of body scanning. So if any of you would like a body scan, you can put it in the comment section, and will surely help you with the with the power of remote vision. So any of you watching us live right now, you can put in your comments, and you can even put any page number that you would like me to open from the guest book. You can put a page number that you would like me to open. Ma Mahajal, if you would like, we can do a body scanning for uh, your friend's father. If we have their consent, we can do a body scan. And yes, we actually have another comment from Ma Nitya Kshipraprasad Nityananda, who has put page 59. Yes, so now Ma, I'll be opening page 59 before we move to the next, and reading before we move to the next power. So now I'm on 506, 324, 214. Okay, so there's actually a story on in the end of the page. There's a story and master's lessons. A man next to her was an expert pianist and was playing a song by himself. The little girl walked over and watched him play for some time. Then the next page, on page number 60, the story continues and say, she finally asked, "Sir, do you know by any chance? Do you by any chance have more fingers than I do?" And then it in brackets has laughter. So all of you can see. Page number 59, the last. And yes, if anybody else also would like me to open another any specific page, you can put your comments. Before we move on to the next power. Okay. To the next power, the power of body scanning. I now request the volunteer to remove the eye band. Yes. So, and now we'll be moving to the next power, the power of body scan. any type of illnesses, diseases, medically diagnosed issues in the body, whether it's physically, mentally, or emotionally. And the best part is through the third eye, we can also provide solutions. So now let us go through the pramanas for the power of body scanning. So the Shastra Sukshma Sukshmatarani cha Tattvani Yani Nilayam Dhyattvante cognize deeply that from the subtle to the subtlest constitutive principles of your whole body is Swadeha, or of the whole universe simultaneous in reality. They are being absorbed in their source cause Paramashiva. By the experience of such stressful awareness, one becomes complete from all thoughts, and the ultimate universal divine power, Paradevi Adi Shakti is Pramana, which comes from the life of a Siddha. So Teraya was a Siddha and one of the prominent disciples of Agastya. And one day a man suffering from there's a small Teraya, a type of frog sitting in the person's brain. Agastya immediately instructs Teraya, his disciple, to perform an open head surgery and remove the frog. And once the surgery is completed successfully, the person is healed and cured of it. The next Atma Pramana for this power of body scanning was revealed on Annie, paraphrasing his words. Only when I had the multiple compound hand fracture, I was forced to go for surgery and therefore medical checkups related to that. At that time, they detected heavy metal quantity in my different organs. It was revealed that I had knowledge. I immediately used diagnostic methods instead of medical facilities to study the body condition due to the poisoning. Through body scanning, I found out what the problems in my findings. And here you can all see the Sakshi Pramana, the experiences, results of the extraction. Here are just a few, but thousands around the world have shared their experience of this power of body scanning. So anyone who would like a body scan, you can put your comments in the YouTube comment section and we will be doing a body scanning for you. You said, but I heard about contacting you. Yes, Ma. So as you have asked about your friend's father who has missing remote vision, so you can the power of body scanning and help you. So you can contact any of the Adinavasis or the power manifestors, and we will be able to help you to do the remote scan for your father's friend. So, Ma'am Hajalananda, I hope I apologize for the technical glitch. Yes, Aina Zavotintaya has now asked how to remove heavy metal and amyloid plaque from my brain and what can scanning for you. Yes, so Aina Zavotintaya, what I was able to see for as a solution to remove that heavy metal and amyloid like from the brain, I was actually able to see that you have to and also so actually by you doing Shirsasana, the blood flow and the blood circulation in the head will happen more better, and that will actually help in removing the heavy metals. And your whatever is there in the brain will get healed. And I was also able to see that you should especially in the nights you should play like the Mahavakya in the background. Just it doesn't need to be in a very high volume, just in a low volume nearby. In the see that throughout the day you will be more active, more alive, and you will be able to, and you will be able to start cognizing whatever is good for you. And you can also watch satsangs where Swamiji has spoken about the 25 states of consciousness and more. So this is what I was able to see for you, Arya. Just in whenever you slow, like in whichever volume bit, you should just be able to hear it lightly. That's it. So you can play it in that circulation and the blood flow in the brain. So this is what I was able to see for you, Arya. And section. Yes. So if anyone else also would like a body scan, you can put your comments in the comment section. And Ma Mahajal Nisla, you can reach out to any of the power manifestors or the Adinavasis, and we also will reach out to you, and we're happy to help you to do the remote scan your friend. Let us move to the further segments of this program. I thank all of you who have joined us today for the power manifestation segment. And you, anyone else also who would like a body scan or any other power manifestation, a body scan, and you can see signs of power manifestation and all you also various other signs that we are sharing with the world, that Kailasa is sharing with the world. And now with that, let us move to the next segment of this program where all of us, Devi Parashakti has come down to save the world today. So let us look at the world today and the way. An additional 0.002% of population is getting infected by COVID-19. The facts are that the total confirmed cases of COVID-19 is, as of 554 CEST, on the first, new COVID-19 cases have risen to more than 150 per day in the United States, and an average population increase per day is 174 million, almost 175 million. So the rate of those getting infected is almost on average rate of the population. The status quo world population is to decline, which is only 3 generations ahead. So the total confirmed cases of COVID-19 is 3%, is about 3% of the world daily at all times. Vaccination not known to be the solution or available at any timeline for the world. Is increasing day by day is 126,062% of the world. An average death, our understanding that the population growth per day and the death rate are moving at the same rate, we are looking at the human civilization decline in the next 3 generations. And now let us see the need of a global solution that works across all national policies. So here you can see the situation of the WHO region. So you can see in America, 89 million confirmed cases, in Europe, 70 million confirmed cases, in Southeast Asia, 43 million confirmed cases, in Eastern Mediterranean, 15 million, Pacific 8 million, and in Africa, 6 million confirmed cases. From the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, warns that we are on a crash course towards catastrophe if global temperatures are allowed to rise. And the window to slow or even halt some of these worsening impacts is rapidly closing. Government's guidance, guidelines, and regulations. But even if this is done, the effect on our survival needs like food, clothes, shelter, and so what is the karma that caused COVID-19? In a verse from the Brihadaranya Upanishad, the fourth Adhyaya, fourth Brahmanam, fifth mantra, it defines karma in a verse, and it says, Yatakari yatachari tata bhavati sadhukari sadhu bhavati papakari papi bhavati punya punyena karmana bhavati. The translation for this verse is, as it does it and acts, so it becomes. By doing good it becomes good, and by doing evil it becomes evil. It becomes virtuous to good acts and vicious to evil acts. And here you can see how the mental health prescriptions and another of thing that is part of the karma have actually become extinct, stopping the idea that the whole planet Earth belongs to only human race. We forgot that we share the world with others. So let us set a trend of moving to a nature-based lifestyle. Let us now set a trend of moving to a nature-based lifestyle. And let us stop torturing and killing animals. And let's drop the idea that planet Earth is exclusive of pain and suffering. So when you kill animals, when you keep the livestock and kill animals, you not only disturb the environment, but you disturb the ecosystem as well by releasing so much pain and suffering. So what is the permanent solution for this pandemic? As per Hinduism, the purpose of the world, the primary principle of the universe is let us all coexist and celebrate life. Ahimsa paramo dharma, done from anger, lust, greed, pride, and let us start living the lifestyle of aparigraha, and actually every crisis Hinduism has found solutions. Hinduism is the religion which has seen at least 5 complete wipeouts of the planet Earth and the wiping out of the civilization. And we have the knowledge, we have recorded and documented every time when the civilization was wiped out and how it was rebuilt. So the first time when the population, when the world, the civilization was completely wiped out from the Asura Hayagriva who had stolen the Vedas and Agmas. And during the manifestation of the universe in the form of a fish, the Matsyavatara, and landed on planet Earth to give back the Vedas and Agmas to Lord Brahma after getting it back from the demon Hayagriva. And the next is after the great deluge, Bhagavan Vishnu brought Manu's boat and the Vedas and Agmas and the whole thing, and he restarts the civilization. And that is why the Pandya kingdom, the earliest kingdom, is from there that the whole Pandya civilization did. And the third time was during King Ravana's reign, where 7 crore of the population was eliminated, was destroyed. And it was at that point in time that Bhagavan Sri Ramachandra Prabhu incarnated to save the 54 deshas from the evil reign of the king. And this is detailed in the Ramayana. And the fourth time is when King Duryodhana led the world to a nuclear collapse and Bhagavan Sri Krishna. And the fifth time is when Bhagavan Mahadeva, Bhagavan Paramashivoham himself, the city of Mother to protect the city of Varanasi. And he says, I will hold these during the great deluge. I'll hold these guys at the tip of my Trishula. And in the Upanishads, the Rishis of the incarnations who come down from crisis, they sing ha 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 ahamannam 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 ahamannado ahamannado ahamannadaha. The individual souls from the bondages through knowledge as Acharya. And Paramashiva is reaching out to the bondages through initiation. The Shakti Pada and Shakti Nipada is the Guru. And Paramashiva reaching out to individual souls and intervening in their karmas, altering it, reducing it, and even deleting it, changing the happenings of the past, present, and future is the Leela, that is the incarnation. And in the Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavan Krishna also promises of how incarnations happen again and again to give us a superconscious breakthrough, and he promises Yada. Whenever there is a decline in individual consciousness, the collective unconsciousness increases. To establish the righteousness of the eternal consciousness, the science of my eternity, of eternal bliss. Dharma samstapanarthaya. I myself appear millennium after millennium. Sambhavami yuge yuge. And now with that, let us now learn. All of us just saw how the world is today and how to move forward and how Hindus, the 5 times when the entire civilization, Parashakti, that all of us are celebrating during this day, during the 9th day of Navaratri. Let us celebrate the happening of Devi Rajrajeshwari. Let us learn about Devi Rajrajeshwari. So Parashakti Rajrajeshwari is the ultimate. Devi Mahatmyam, the Sri Devi Mahatmyam says, Ekaivaham Jagat Yatra Dvitiyaha Mama Para, which means I am the only eternal power in the world and none else the second. So therefore, all these different elements of Jagannatha, and that Jagannatha takes form as Devi Saraswati, of Devi Mahakali, Chamandi, during the time of destruction, and she takes the form of Durga Parameshwari to make her devotees to get rid of all the fears. She takes form as Devi Meenakshi to bestow boons for career and leadership. She takes form as Devi Brahmacharani to the service. Devi Kamakshi to complete. And in the Devi Mahatmyam, in the 11th chapter, verse 55, there's a verse that beautifully says, Ittam yada yada bada danavota bhavishyati tada tadavatiriyaham karishyam yari samshayam. And the translation for this is, whenever trouble arises due to the advent of demons, I shall incarnate and destroy the foes. And Devi Rajrajeshwari, the royal and supreme goddess. She is the most splendid form of the cosmic mother and the merciful and protecting cosmic energy. When Paramashiva did not assume a body, but Parashakti and Paramashiva. And Devi Rajrajeshwari sits on the throne holding the Ikshukanda in one hand and giving blessings to devotees with the other for no fear. And with the self-realization. And her 3 eyes are the sun, moon, and the fire, representing the 3 triads in creation. And her crown is decorated with the crescent moon and is the symbol of the divine delight, by which she binds the whole creation. And the god is the symbol of the power of knowledge, and it is the which whole creation is spurred into activity. And the stem depicts the mind principle of man, and the 5 flowered arrows, source of the 5 elements. And the scriptures describe her to be seated on a simhasana upon Sadashiva, the cosmic consciousness, whose legs are Lord Brahma, Lakshmi, and the goddess of learning, Devi Saraswati. And she is depicted to be worshipped by all the 330 million devas and Lord Ganesha and Subramanya also. So now let us see Devi Paramashivoham. So in the Devi Mahatmyam chapter 12, shloka 37, there is a verse that says, Tvai tanmohyate vishvam shaiva vishvam prasuyate sayachitta cha vijnanam tushtaridham prayachati. And the translation, this universe is deluded and it is she who creates the universe. And when entreated, she bestows supreme knowledge, and when propitiated, who bestows. So today, let us meditate on the hymns of Devi, on how she protects us being, how she protects us beings from the hands of pause and dissolution. So through the mother's grace, Bhukti Mukti Pradayani, bestower of worldly enjoyments and liberation. Third and fourth verses say, O Devi, you who remove the mother of the whole world, be gracious. O mother of the universe, protect the universe. You are, O Devi, the ruler of all that is moving and unmoving. You are the sole substratum of the world, because you subsist in the form of earth. By you, who exist in the shape of water, we live. Says, you are the power of Vishnu, source of the universe. By you, all this been thrown into it become gracious. You become the cause of final emancipation in this world. When you have been of enjoyment and liberation, what were you, O you who abide as intelligence in the hearts of all creatures, and bestow enjoyment and liberation? Salutations be to you, O Narayani, who have the power of sustenance and destruction, embodiment of the three gunas. Salutations be to you, O Narayani, O you who are intent on saving the dejected and distressed, that take refuge under you. O you, Devi, who remove the sufferings of all. Salutations be to you, O Narayan, O you who are intelligence and Saraswati, O best one, prosperity, consort of Vishnu, dark one, nature, be propitious. O Queen of all, you who exist in the form of all, and might save us from error. May this benign continents of yours adorned with three eyes, protect us from all fears. Salutations be to you, O Katyayani, terrible with flames, exceeding the shadow of all the asuras. May your trident guard us from fear. Salutations be to you, O Bhadrapali. May your bell that fills the world with its ringing and destroys the prowess of the O Devi, as the mother protects her children from all evils. Where Rakshasa robbers exist, where forest conflagrations occur, there and in the mind mid-sea you stand and save the world. O Queen of the universe, you protect the universe. As the self of the universe, you support the universe. You are the goddess, worthy to be adored by the Lord of the universe. Those who bow to you themselves become the refuge of the universe. O Devas, I am prepared to bestow a boon. Choose whatever boon you desire in your mind. For the welfare of the world, I shall grant it. The Deva said. O, the Devi said, when the 28th age has arrived during the period of the Avai Swatamanu, two other great asuras, Shumba and Nushumba, will be born. Then born from the womb of Yashoda in the home of cowherd Nanda, and dwelling on the Vindhya mountains, I will destroy them both. And again, having incarnated in a very terrible form on earth, I shall slay the Danavas, who are the descendants of the Viprats. And So this from the Devi Mahatma. And we have to worship Devi Parashakti to grace us and save us. We make unconsciously. We make thousands of decisions unconsciously in a day, whether it is thinking or talking or doing. It is done. That is the reason we are not able to connect the cause and the effect of many of the things that happen in our lives. We always think that we have been dished out unfair results. We have more karma. There is a way to again remind ourselves not to collect karma and to live without the influence of earlier incurred karma. The first step is to have a clear understanding that karma is powerless in the presence of an incarnation. So somewhere this karma chakra needs to be broken, and you need to be given a new energy, inspiration, understanding, and possibility. And if you are always stuck with this action result cycle, you will never ever be given a chance to taste the possibility. Possibility only when the divine intervention happens. Mahadeva, Paramashiva himself intervenes in your life in the form of the Guru. He assumes the form of the Guru just to liberate the chakra, give inspiration, joy, bliss, and cause miracles and enlightenment. And initiation means the ideas or knowledge of the clicks that brings you out of these depressive thoughts, that brings you out of the influence of your karma. Supreme point of Hinduism is who has come down as the Nijavatara of Devi Parashakti. Kailasa'S the Shyamala Pita Sarvangitam's rare and sacred lineage of pontiffs has been systematically carried over in an unbroken progression from ages. The chosen emissaries of Lord Paramashiva and Devi, who are the Guru Mahasanidanams of Kailasa'S the Shyamala Pita Sarvangitam, are the direct representatives of the cosmos. And on the 27th of April in 2012, Srila Nithyananda Paramacharya Swami was formally appointed as the 293rd Guru Mahasanidanam of the Kailasa'S Shyamala Pita Sarvangitam and is the lawful successor, descendant, and inheritor invested with duties and obligations to perform the rituals, spiritual. So now let us watch a short video on the Madurai.
The ancient town of Madurai in southern India boasts of a 2,500-year-old history of spirituality. Continuously inhabited cities of the world. Legend says that Madurai was established by the cosmic mother herself, who incarnated as She, daughter of the pious king Malayadwaja Pandya. Akshi expanded her empire right up to Kailash in current China. But when she came face to face with the Lord of Kailash, Shiva himself, her eternal consort, and dropped her arms to be companion for life.
Along with Shiva, also her kingdom 160.
Madurai too fell to its powerful influence, and Shaivism all but vanished from the sacred kingdom that once walked the earth. Child incarnation Tirunjana Sambandar, one of the 4 visionary saints of Shaiva Siddhanta tradition. The story goes that as a baby, Tirunjana Sambandar was once nourished by the milk of enlightenment from the cosmic mother herself. This child prodigy arrived in Madurai to effortlessly defeat the learned Jain monks with his wisdom, healing power, and Madurai Adinam and the Meenakshi temple, which had fallen to desolate ruin. The world's oldest living Hindu organization, with a recorded history alone spanning a glorious 1,500 years. Madurai Adinam has been by the likes of Tipu Sultan, Robert Nobili, and the poet Saint Vallalar of carrying forward the traditions of Tirunjana Sambandar's sake.
History of Madurai Adinam. The 292nd Pontiff Srila Sri Arunagirinatha Jnana Sambandha Desika Paramacharya Swamigal, guided by intuition and inducement by Lord Shiva, coronated a saint as the 293rd Pontiff of the Madurai Adinam.
An accomplished yogi, a pragmatic social visionary, and an adept in mystical sciences. His Holiness Paramahamsa Nithyananda is an incarnation. Within weeks of his ascent of the ancient monastery, Annadan day, free medical camps, yoga classes, scriptural study, spiritual healing, and meditation programs. The traditional Adinam now has a website, and thousands participate in and spiritual talks via live streaming, and two-way vehicles are being restored to sanctity, and the neighboring villages are being adopted with basic amenities, education and medical care being provided for all. His Holiness dreams of an authentic Vedic Renaissance for which India has already waited too long.
Here, I take the commitment of making Madurai Adinam as an international religious organization. We will fulfill all the responsibilities of Madurai Adinam, make Hindu tradition, Saiva tradition alive, revived, lived, celebrated all over the world.
Generation turns to spirituality for answers. The changes at Mother, the changing role of spiritual organizations today, centers and guiding forces, forging the enlightened government of the new world.
And the 292nd Pontiff